And you want to have patience and compassion because it sounds like fucking hell to go through this on top of still getting your period and having PMS and having perimenopause and hot flashes and moods and all the stuff. It's just, my God, it's a lot. So I try to be as patient as I can, or just compassionate, and be like, there's always the urge to defend yourself. The most you can put your ego aside that is going to feel insulted and bruised, the better. Be like, I don't have to win these fights.
Hi there, I'm Jen Cassetta, your Chief Badassery Officer. If you're feeling drained, hesitant, stuck in self-doubt, or you just have a case of the vlogs, the Art of Badassery podcast is here to help you unleash your mojo once and for all. We'll provide you with tips, techniques, and real-life examples of how you can kick ass in all areas of your life. You'll learn how to flex your mental muscles, rise above fears, and turn setbacks into superpowers. So let's enter the dojo and let's get to work. Hello and welcome to the Art of Badassery podcast. I'm Jen Cassetta, your Chief Badassery Officer, and today I am so excited. Today's a very different episode, people, because for the very first time in the Art of Badassery history, we have a man as a guest. That's right, people. The first brave soul to step into our dojo and do this very important work, and his name is Matt Hyams. Matt is a comedian whose hilarious perimenopause videos went viral, with countless women saying, "Oh my God, this is me. He's me right now." But beneath the humor is something a little more deep. There's empathy, compassion, communication, and the reminder that laughter can open up really difficult conversations that people need to be having around women's health and hormonal changes, but really about anything as we navigate this crazy thing called life. So my intention for this episode is that may every woman feel seen wherever she is along this journey. May every partner gain some understanding, and may we all remember to not take ourselves so seriously while navigating life. Welcome to the show, Matt.
Thank you. And thank you for calling me a man. No one's ever done that before. So it's the first time.
You know, I was about to say gentleman.
Never.
Yep. You're so welcome here. I'm so glad you're here. Does it feel, how did you feel when you were like invited to be the first man on the podcast?
I don't want to ruin this, but I was just the first man on 2 other podcasts.
You kidding?
I'm sorry. I'm becoming the first, because of this Instagram stuff with the perimenopause, I'm becoming the first man on all these female-only podcasts. One was for a dermatologist in Atlanta. And there's 2 women who have a podcast called Coming of Rage, which is about perimenopause. And now yours. So I'm honored to be the first man of sorts on anything.
It's really cool. We're about 63 episodes in right now. So you're 1 out of 63.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty good odds.
Okay.
All right. Matt, take us back. First of all, everyone, Matt and I already knew each other before he went mega Instagram famous. Are you TikTok famous too? I didn't check.
No.
Okay.
A meager 27,000 followers.
Okay. And on Instagram?
140.
140.
Small fish in a big pond. Lots of people have hundreds of thousands or millions.
Sure.
I'm working, but yeah.
Yeah. When we first met, you didn't have that.
I had 1,700 followers for years.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know that plateau feeling. Anyway, your wife, Nicole, and I were in the same women entrepreneur group called The Upside. So shout out to Erin Halper of The Upside. That's where I met your wife, got to know you a little bit. You were helping with some videos. And then, like I said, I've been following you. And before you went viral, you created this video. You started doing videos where you would wear a wig and be your wife, who's an entrepreneur. So obviously I get it. But you posted one that I'm telling you, I watched over 25 times and sent to everyone in my family and everyone that knows me well, where you are being her in the front seat of the car, in the driver's seat of the car. Just tell us what that one is about.
Yeah, my wife is the worst backseat driver to ever live. She must not be, because every single woman who sees it is like, that's me, or that's men are like, that's my mom, that's my wife, that's whoever.
Yes.
But I mean, being funny in the video, in real life, it's actually extremely annoying. And we even get into some arguments because it's really,
Yeah.
God forbid I react to something that I'm seeing and I'm like, oh my God, if she's driving, don't ever do that. She does it to me almost every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Reacting to everything. So yeah, that was a couple of years ago. You had already been following me, so you saw it, but it didn't get that much attention. I was shocked.
Which is crazy. And I just have to say, that is the biggest fight that my husband and I ever have. It's me reacting to him driving, because he takes it as, you don't trust me as a driver. But in reality, I don't trust other drivers to pay attention.
And then my wife sent me this thing, like, where this was recently. I posted that video a couple of years ago, and then I reposted it once I started getting all these followers from the perimenopause stuff, to be like, this video never got its due. Let's see if they all like it now. And they do. And so that it finally got the exposure I wanted it to.
Yeah. Yeah. Take us back. Take us back.
I don't laugh at every single one of the videos because they're boring. When I'm making them, no one would think it was funny if you saw me making it. It's all in the editing and everything. But that one does make me laugh still. Because it is her. I was being recently, she sent me this article that women, it's like you're pre-wired prehistorically to scan for threats. Yeah. And so that's why you're terrible backseat drivers.
Yes. Yes. Our whole lives are about.
It actually makes sense. There was like neuroscience behind it and everything. Yeah.
I got to send that article.
Validation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Take us back to the moment, or how does that happen? Did it happen over days, weeks, or is it minutes where something goes viral?
The first video was, I also want to preface this by saying I'd had videos that had went viral before on TikTok and stuff. And then you're like, oh, okay, this goes viral. This is what people want. All right, I'll follow it up with something similar. And then that falls flat. And I just be like, what does this algorithm want? Anyway, so December as a comedian, like you said, I'm trying to always stay alive on social because it's one of the last kind of venues I have. Comedy, stand-up starts to dry up as you get older if you're not famous already, and writing's difficult. Writing scripts and getting them seen by people who can help you is difficult. So social media is amazing. I'm a firm believer in it, and I like it, and I like it a lot. And so I'm always trying to stay alive on social media, which is all to say that in December of 2025, I was like, if I don't have something ready to go, sometimes I'm just like, is there something I could do today just to feel like I did something for comedy's sake, for my career today that makes me feel okay about going to bed later, like I did something. And so the idea to tips for men who's watching going through perimenopause popped into my head. I've said this on other podcasts. I didn't think it was hilarious. I didn't think it was terrible. I wouldn't post it if I didn't like it, but I wasn't like, this is going to take the world by storm. And a lot of the tips, I don't even know if they're like relevant to my specific life. They're like, I guess there's like a vibe I was having in my life that got infused into this video. The one tip that starts off, which is like, you don't have to chew your fruit so much, which is a big thing in my house. Cereal or grapes, just chewing in general.
Bananas.
I often have to leave the room. I have to leave the room if I'm going to eat cereal. So that was one real tip. And the rest of it was just like a vibe in my life. Don't be around so much, but don't never be around. Don't be happy, but don't be unhappy. What do you have to be unhappy about? Don't make suggestions, but don't not suggest any of these. It's like a can win, basically. So I posted that, and then that went viral. And it's funny, like how things happen in life. We were talking about manifestation before we turned the camera on, and I believe in it. And I also think that you have to answer the call when things are presented to you. It's not like you lose out if you don't answer that particular call. They'll keep being presented to you. And if you want things to happen for you, you do have to listen to what's happening around you and answer those calls. One of them, so I posted that tips for men whose wives are going through perimenopause, both on TikTok and Instagram. And it went viral in both places, like into the millions. So I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And I happened to be in a country house, and a friend of mine was like, who's likes seeing what goes viral. He was like, you got to hop on this right now. I was like, what? He said, I'm telling you, you got to follow this up immediately with something else. You're onto something. You got to do something. So I didn't immediately. That was December 26th. And then New Year's Eve, I posted how to say Happy New Year to your perimenopausal wife.
Okay.
And then that did really well. So then I was like, and that was the call. I feel like I could have said to my friend, I don't know, whatever. I'll do a video at some point, but it's just, these things are so fickle, and I don't want to be a slave to the algorithm. Which is a big one people say, but I do want to be a slave to it.
Yeah.
And I am. And so I did. I listened to his advice. And so I did that Happy New Year one. And then after that, and that one did well. And I was like, okay. Then I think I reposted the driving one or the living with my entrepreneur wife one, because I didn't have something right out of the gate to do. So I was like, let me repost these if everybody likes the wife theme stuff. And then those did well. My entrepreneur wife was another one I posted around the driving time and didn't also get it to do that I thought it should. So I reposted that, and then that got the do I always thought it was. And that was millions. And that also became one of my most popular ones, to the point where Mel Robbins reposted.
Okay. I remember that moment and just being like,
I couldn't
oh
believe it.
my God. Yeah. How did you feel when you were like, when you saw that?
Couldn't believe it. I went on to, it happened on LinkedIn first. And she found it on LinkedIn. She reposted on LinkedIn. And I was like, holy. Whenever something happens, I call my wife. I'm like, Mel Robbins just posted my, it was like, also it was kind of like at night. It was like at 7 p.m.-ish. And she gave me full credit. So it wasn't like she tried to steal it or anything. And yeah, like once a Mel Robbins post. Now, interestingly, I didn't get a lot of followers from it. Well, no. Hits on, it's also funny because on LinkedIn, this is a sidebar, but it's fun to see people on LinkedIn. We're all so hungry for success. When Mel Robbins posts something, everyone on LinkedIn was like, some people were like, oh my God, that's a hilarious post. That guy's so funny, or this is a really funny video. Some people were like, way to go, Mel, on this video, not even realize like shit. And a lot of people were like, it's so true, Mel. Entrepreneurs do have to figure out a way to take time out to reset. And with that, like, and you realize they're all just trying to get Mel Robbins' attention. So I didn't get a lot of followers, but it was still cool. And then she reposted it. My sister-in-law, quasi-sister-in-law, commented on the LinkedIn, you got to post this on Instagram, Mel. And then she did.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's that. And so then I just kept posting wife stuff and then putting the wig back on and doing almost strict, like perimenopause, mental load, entrepreneur, like the 3 lanes.
Yeah.
They've all been doing well.
Menopause, entrepreneur wife.
Yeah, entrepreneur wife, and then mental load.
Mental load. Okay, got it. So I read comments, and I don't know if that's good or not, but.
You mean of your own or all people's videos, or just in general?
In general.
Okay.
General. So it could be a political thing. I want to know what people are thinking. I want it's like a social experiment almost for me. I want to see like how are people responding to this. So I read a lot of your comments. That really is the reason that I wanted you on here, because so many women are like, I feel seen. Your wife is me. I'm her. Like, how do you know this? And how does that feel on a deeper level, right? Obviously there's the deeper part, but it's like, how do you feel that you've just shown this mirror on millions of women who don't feel seen?
So as a comic, my first thing is I want to be funny. Making the videos, I'm like, I just want to be funny. I want someone to hire me. I want to live in a comedy. And then when I was posting these videos and I'm getting all these comments, like you're saying, these women feeling validated, and I feel seen, and she is me and I am her, and I want to be best friends with her. And I was like, this is incredible. I want everyone to heal on the world. I want to heal the planet. I don't want there to be war. I want peace and love and all that stuff. I believe in that. And so I have a spiritual side. Making comedy what you want to do and then having it have that effect is not something I ever foresaw for myself or even had in my head. And then when it happened, I was like, this is the best case scenario I could have ever thought of. I wouldn't have even thought of it, actually. Couldn't even gone into it. I'm gonna heal women today. But yeah, to answer your question, the short answer is it feels incredible. I'm so happy to read those comments and I love it.
What does your wife, Nicole, think?
She loves it too. And she also reads the comments. She
Yeah.
loves just reading them all and seeing people love the video and seeing people love her vicariously through me. And she loves them all. And I get comments sometimes, has your wife seen these? Or for like, would your wife think? I'm like, she sees them all. She loves it. And also, when I first posted the driving one that you saw, and I posted living with my entrepreneur wife one back when, she's been like urging me for years to, you got to do more of those. You got to do me. You got to put the wig back on. And I was like, I have other sides to myself that I want to explore and sides that no one cares about.
I remember I was one like, just put the wig on, Matt. Like
A lot, and another friend of ours, it was just, I just really like the ones where you're your wife. I like those ones where you're your wife. And I'm like, I know. And so she loves them. Yeah. She's been urging, she's the biggest fan of them and all of that.
awesome. You must have learned so much during this process about perimenopause, menopause, and not just from your wife, but obviously from all the comments, and you now have paid sponsorships and partners. And so you're really digging into this world, which I'm sure was not your original intention, but here you are as a quote unquote expert in perimenopause. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
As a partner of a
bystander.
As a bystander. Okay, good. So what would you say from what you've learned are like the most common mistakes a partner can make while their partner, because again, wife, is going through perimenopause or menopause?
I've made them all. You've come to the right place. Yeah, I want to first say that what I like is that people see that I do love my wife through the videos that it comes through.
Yeah.
I also am like the furthest thing from the perfect husband. No one should ever think, oh, this guy really understands her and they must have such an understanding household where he gets along and has perfect. I'm often on the receiving end of her ire, we might say, for what a husband could do. What I could do, what someone could do is the more understanding and patience you can have, the better your marriage and your connection will be, which isn't always easy, especially when you're getting treated poorly or what if you think you are. The other day, last Friday, we were out having a daytime date. Sometimes when our son's in school, we'll take the day off instead of doing a nighttime date. And she was in a PMS place. Admittedly, she knows she is. And I said something like, what are we going to do today? We haven't planned anything. I was like, all right, you're spiraling. She's, I really can't stand it when you say that to me. And we had to walk around the block. I thought the day was going to be, I thought the day was over. At that point, I was like, I think I just fucked it. We got over it. But I don't know if there's any advice you can really load up on. You want to love the person and you want to have patience and compassion because it sounds like fucking hell to go through this on top of still getting your period and having PMS and having perimenopause and hot flashes and moods and all the stuff. It's just, my God, it's a lot. So I try to be as patient as I can, or just compassionate and be like, there's always the urge to defend yourself and to act. I think if you can, the most you can put your ego aside that is going to feel insulted and bruised, the better. Be like, I don't have to win these fights. And even if she's treating me a little bit less than I'd like to be treated, maybe come back to it at a different time.
Yeah.
So maybe not that
Circle
moment.
back on that.
Yeah. And be like, by the way, I know this is fucking hell what you go through, and I don't have to go through it, but like,
yeah,
not cool all the time. And then apologize if you do fuck up. I don't know. Part. I fuck up constantly. Can I say fuck on the show?
Yes, we all do. We all do. As humans, we're all just trying our best out there in relationships. And in relationships is where it's probably the hardest.
Yeah.
In our closest relationships is where it's hardest.
You want to be treated well and want to, yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
How does your husband handle? Are you going through perimenopause?
Oh, I'm already, I think, on the other side. So yeah, and I still think it's still going through it, if that makes sense. But it's been interesting. I'm not going to say I've had terrible time with it. I was early on the HRT. I kind of jumped because I've been hosting this podcast and learning so much about it that I was early adapter of the HRT and all that. I can talk about why on a different episode, but I also at the same time have deepened my meditation practice. I'm writing this book about secrets of the sensei, becoming less reactive to everything that's hard in the world right now. So I'm doing my best to practice that. And at the same time, we can joke about it. My husband today, I said, Lindsay, I have Matt on the podcast later on. Do you have any questions for him? Yes. And he just started. He's like, is Matt coming out with an app that can help men with their perimenopausal wife? So I'm basically now seeding you all these business ideas. Is there men retreats that he will host to get men prepared to go through this time? How about movies to watch to prepare themselves? Or get this, how about a hotline that men can call 1-800 help me, my wife's going through perimenopause right now, so they can get help in real time. So he is on the receiving end of these changes as well. But hello, isn't there something called, and I think it's a joke, but you all are going through changes too, menopause. Your testosterone is dropping over time, right? Have you gone into this?
Yeah, we can get into it. I haven't looked, no one's talked to me about it, but I think that's true.
Naturally, that occurs. So what happens in men? Their drive starts to decrease over time. Maybe they're getting a little more irritable as well. There's stuff that can happen too. So this time of life is just changes. But I feel like every decade has its kind of things. But this one just happens to be very focused on hormones, which really the endocrine system runs your entire body and health. So if you're not taking care of it and really conscious of it, it can spiral out of control and boom, then you are wind up in hot messes in your relationships.
And I'm sure it changes. My wife happens to be type A entrepreneur, aggressive person. And so when there's a hormonal imbalance, it all gets heightened. And I'm the one with her every day, closest to her, that she feels safest with, taking whatever. But I'm sure there are lots of wives who are like more submissive and don't feel like they can take anything out on anybody. And maybe those husbands are like, I didn't even notice anything. Or they're just more even keeled. So I'm sure like some of those comments come through too. Oh, I didn't have it this bad, or I would never treat my husband like that.
So through all this, obviously one of the ways that I think women can communicate better with their partner is to send their partners Matt Hyams videos, right?
I do get messages. I send your videos to my husband or boyfriend, or if that helps, it's also incredible.
Yeah. Tag your husband or partner, send them Matt's videos. Are there other ways that we can communicate to our partners that we're going through this difficult time? And sometimes it could feel a little out of control.
I think women should just be aware. If you're not aware of what happens to your body in a certain decade of life, that you need to be aware, so that you are aware of when you're feeling things. If you're not feeling like yourself, or things are changing, I'm more irritated with my family, or I'm having hot flash. Certainly hot flash would be a big indicator. But I think you got to know about your biology, don't you?
For sure. And when you're saying this, I'm also thinking right now, obviously everyone's algorithm is different, but mine has been filled with the last few years of menopause content. So I've learned a lot through social media. Again, like that's the brilliance of social media sometimes. And the other kind of content is also about how women do so much, how we take on so much of not just the domestic labor of a household. And there's Gallup polls that say that. This is not just anecdotal. And emotional labor, especially if you have kids, which I don't, but I see my friends with kids. It's usually the woman that's taking on a lot of the making sure the household is running, everyone's happy, everyone's pleased. And what happens over time, over decades even, is that women's needs, wants, desires and dreams get backlogged, let's just call it. And that could lead to resentment, anger, explosions, and stuff like that. So is it the hormones? Is it the way you've set up your life? Do you need better boundaries? Do you need better communication? I think these are just questions that we need to be asking ourselves in general, especially as we get into our 40s, 50s, etc., to make our lives better, which then has the ripple effect on your family, on your friends, on your colleagues, in your work, and again, to the world, the ripple effect to the world when you pour into yourself first.
Yeah, I've heard about that too. And it also happens in the office, I think in the workplace too. Women just naturally absorb the things that people aren't doing.
There's no guy ordering cupcakes for everybody.
Exactly. I was going to use something similar. Yeah. We got to get these cupcakes. So, all right, I'll do it. I guess it's no one else's. And so which goes to the mental load aspect. That sounds like a self-awareness situation. It's to look at your life, be aware of what's happening to you, which anyone, man or woman, or there in between, should do. What's going on with you? What's bothering? What do you have too much of on your plate?
Yeah.
We got to stop the wheels at some point and see what's happening. What's going on.
These are all topics, by the way, that will be in the Secrets of the Sensei book coming out. Sorry, little plug here.
Yeah, I don't know if I answered it or if there was a question or if I answered it, but I agree with you. I think self-awareness, it seems to do with perimenopause and menopause is a lot of times when women stop doing all the absorbing. And they're like,
yes.
And the inequity becomes really obvious and apparent to them, and things have to change.
Yeah. Yes. That is a lot of content that I'm getting as far as the positive aspect of going through menopause is like women start to become more sovereign. They start to stand up for themselves. They're not going to take on everybody else's load because they realize they've been doing that all along. And again, their dreams have been left to the wayside. Not cool.
The We Do Not Care Club.
Exactly.
Has encapsulated that whole vibe. Yeah.
What's her actual name? Is it Melanie?
Melanie Sanders.
Yeah. Well,
Helen would be the plug for her. She's great.
Yeah, we're going to have her handle as well as yours, obviously, in the show notes. Okay. Before we start to wrap up, I want to know what's next for Matt. What else is on your list of things to accomplish now?
Nicole and I are starting a podcast. Everyone wants to meet her and know her. It won't be video, so you're not going to get to see her. We're keeping that under wraps.
Really?
And everyone, if anyone, because I just feel like it'll be better audio.
Okay.
Also, we don't really have a studio or anything to shoot well in, so I don't want to go to a studio. We don't have a house to kind of set up for it, so for now it's audio. Maybe down the line it'll be video, but everyone wants to know her and see her. This is your chance. With a little sleuthing, you always figure it out. It's not that hard to figure out, but I am not going to reveal her officially.
What is the podcast going to be about? Obviously,
it'll have perimenopause roots, and then they'll veer off in our relationship, talking about stuff. And we've recorded a few episodes this far.
Can you just share with your wife is a badass coach,
a psychologist. She's an executive coach. She's a leadership development consultant, and she also has an app called Hey Kiddo, which is to help parents with their kids' social emotion as well.
Yeah.
So she has a leadership development company that is one business. She used to also have a site practice here in Philly. That was a big business that she sold. Now she has the app and she does executive coaching. So
awesome. Do we have a name for the podcast yet or no?
We're thinking the working title is Whatever, It's Fine. That's a quote from one of the videos where it's like, it's from my perimenopausal wife isn't mad. All right, or something like that. And so she says at one point, "Did you do something?" I go, "Yeah," and she goes, "Whatever, it's fine." I'm just like, "No." We're thinking that's the working title, and it'll be like about, I think, perimenopause and relationship stuff, fights, and things like that.
I love it. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
So passive aggressive.
Yeah, that's one thing. I have some creative projects that I'm working on. I don't want to announce them. I just don't feel like it's there yet. And I hope to parlay this Instagram success into more stand-up gigs outside of Philadelphia, to go other cities and hope I can get booked. So I'm putting that into the universe. And yeah, I'll say this. I don't have none of this is happening right at this moment, but I would like to have a book. I'd like to have a TV show. I'd like to have a Netflix special. I'd like to have a stand-up tour. I'd like to have a lucrative podcast. I'd like to get 1 million followers on every social media platform.
Okay. I love that you just did that because I am a firm believer in declaring your future. The words we speak create our future, our habits, our actions. And like you said in the beginning, you believe in manifestation. It's all about taking aligned action, what I call following the cosmic breadcrumbs of life. Here's a breadcrumb. Want it? Yes. Here's a breadcrumb. Want it? Yes. And you have to do the work, but declaring that this is what I want.
They'll give you the breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
But then do them. Eat them.
Do them.
My friend the fact that I happened to have been with my friend, I could have been with any friend that weekend. I happened to be with someone who likes to see social trends and all that and told me, you got to hop on this. And so, yeah.
I love it.
Those are my plans.
Those are plans. Absolutely. And I can't wait to be cheering you on every time you check that box. And I'll be in the crowd in LA when you come and do stand up here. And what are the big ones here? I don't know.
Well, the store, there's the Improv, Factory, in Burbank.
Yeah. You'll be at all of them.
Although do all of them into the same night.
Okay. Every guest gets 4 rapid fire questions before we wrap up. Are you ready?
Ready.
What was your favorite food when you were a kid?
Panda black licorice.
Ooh.
You know the Panda brand?
Yes, I do.
Store? Yeah,
I only ate the red, but.
Okay. I'm one of those weird black licorice people.
Yeah, my mom is too. It's very weird. If you could have a drink with anyone, alive or dead, who would it be and what's in your cup?
Oh, who would I want to have? Oh God, there's so many. Maybe Larry David.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be having a Manhattan. I don't think he drinks. And he probably doesn't want to have this meeting either. Assuming he's willing, that's who I would want to. That's the one that came to mind.
Yep. Larry David in a Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a perfect Manhattan. Equal parts sweet and dry vermouth.
Amazing.
Rocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite personal growth book?
There's so many. I'm a big self-help guy. I'll say this. I read this book called The Surrender Experiment last year. I don't know if I can go right to say it's my favorite, but it's the last one I read. I read it quickly. It was a page turner. I loved it. I love the whole idea of it. I subscribed to it. And so that's by Michael
Singer.
He also has done The Untethered Soul, which I haven't read. It's the only one I read by him.
Excellent. It's also excellent.
I read a lot of meditation books and staying in the moment books. And so I was like, when I saw The Untethered Soul, I was like, I don't know if I need another one, but yeah, I highly recommend that book.
Okay.
Surrender
and
Experiment.
The Surrender Experiment, Michael Singer. And last but not least, what is your favorite hype song of the moment or all time, whatever? First one that comes to mind.
This is easy. It's like Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Nice. Yes. I have a playlist. Everyone listening, if you don't know this, I have a playlist on Spotify called The Art of Badassery Hype Song.
Oh, you do? Oh, I'll follow that.
So I add all the songs to it once someone comes on the show. Matt, tell everyone where we can find you.
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Matt Hyams. On Facebook at Matt Hyams Comedian is the only place that's different. YouTube at Matt Hyams, LinkedIn at Matt Hyams. I'm at Matt Hyams everywhere. And yeah, and follow me.
Yeah.
Fulfill my dream. Make my dreams come true.
Yeah, right? Come on, everyone. Whoever out there is listening that either can get him a book deal, get him on stages. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Because he is helping heal all of us.
Healer. All right. And healing, I'm the only person who's healing. Never before has a man with this much hearing prowess come. I came back, I was reborn. I made a commitment to come back to Earth to help women. So one, you're welcome.
Yeah.
And two, it's time to pay back.
And maybe you should post yourself as a picture of you as Jesus healing.
I think that would be great. Like Trump. That's my next move.
Okay, good. All right, look out for that. Thank you so much, Matt. I'm so
Thanks for
happy.
having me.
Yeah, this is like we just ripped the Band-Aid off. Now guys, let me know. Should I have more men on the podcast? Less? What do I do now? This just opened up a whole Pandora's box. You know, I love you so much. Thank you for listening. Look out for the next episode and make sure you're on my email list because I have a whole lot of things that just happened. I launched a brand new website, loads of ways you can work with me, and a new TEDx talk called How to Fight a Bully Without Using Your Fists. So look that up, connect with me, and again, thank you for listening. I'll see you next time on the Art of Badassery podcast.